Okay, let's do this review because, be honest, I did not see this show live. This is the NXT in your house review. Like I said, I'm doing my best not to say takeover nowadays, but yeah, this show. Listen, I caught it later. I was doing a lot yesterday, so I was not gonna do the review in general because I did not even see the show until today. Okay, and honestly, it was okay. I don't got much to say about this, so I'm gonna kind of just go through this as fast as possible because Hell in a Cell is most likely going to be on soon at the time I'm recording this. So I want to get out of the way because this was like about a 2 hour and 15-minute show. 6 matches it was. So let's get off the bat with NXT in your house. We kicked it off with Legado del Fantasma versus Tony D'Angelo and Stacks and Two Dimes. Basically, this is a six-man tag. Whoever wins will control the other gang. So whoever team loses, they will become part of their gang and whatnot. This entire feud, honestly, has been very silly between the Lucha Mafia and the Italian Mafia here, and it's really silly. Okay, could you say it was a spot fest? Yes, it is. Could you say it was a brawler style versus more of a lucha libre high flying style out here? Yes, it was. And I didn't hate the match or anything. I think the whole feud is very silly. I like Santos Escobar um, and Legato a little bit more in general. But I kind of wonder how long this feud is going to really keep up with, both these teams. Listen, the match, was what it was. I thought the ending was pretty interesting because I know they got rid of the crowbar earlier on. Lopez had got, Electro Lopez had got, Escobar the brass knuckles. Lorenzo's giving Tony the crowbar and stuff, but what is DJZ ended up taking the crowbar away, and he ended up knocking out Stacks with it, and then D'Angelo basically stole the knuckles from Escobar somehow, and he knocked out DJZ then, which basically Stacks was knocked out, but Two Dimes there ended up pushing him on while he was knocked out on top of DJZ to win the match. As Legato looked very surprised. Santos basically now Tony and them get they get control of this gang. So now basically, they gotta work for them now and stuff. They're the new foot soldiers and everything. So yeah, Tony D and them, won the match. Like I said, like what a bad match, and the crowd was into the whole 6 man. I just think the whole feud is just very silly at this point, and I wonder how long it's gonna keep going. So yeah, it was what it was, kicking off the show. Um, and they showed a video package of Alba Fire and everything for NXT. Next, the NXT women's tag team titles were on the line between Toxic Attraction and Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. Um, this wasn't the tag match. Matches was what it was. It wasn't bad or anything. Um, it ended up with Toxic Attraction getting the win. I wasn't really surprised that they won. I kind of figured they were gonna keep the titles anyway. Casey and Caden have been around for a good minute now as a team in NXT, and I kind of wonder when will they ever get that win to actually win the tag team titles and stuff. They're not a bad team or anything, and like I said, the match wasn't really that bad. Um, it was okay in my opinion. Toxic Attraction won, so it's not much I could really say from there between Dolan and Jane and whatnot. I just know they returned the titles and not return, but retain the titles and stuff. So it was okay. That's all I can say. I don't know when the last time they defended those tag team titles, but shit's barely a lot of teams around on this show, anyways. But it was not a bad match though. Next, Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams out there. I know they went, kind of like red and black on. He has like two security guard, like an entourage, is kind of sitting there saying, get the belt back and everything. As they went against Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes was on like his interest, like a little elevator space rocket thing, since he was going to the moon. This was a very good match between both of these two. Some people probably expected a spot fest. But no, this was really good. Yes, Trick got involved and everything a few times, which Grimes got the cave in on him, but Melo ended up getting out of the way when Grimes went for him for the turnbuckle. Melo went up for his finisher with the whole top rope, leg drop thing on top of Grimes' head, which I was surprised Carmelo ended up getting the title back, given they just kind of gave it to Grimes recently back at Stand Deliver. I thought he'd be champion for a long. I actually thought Grimes would be dropping the belt to Solo Sikoa at some point. That's what I think was going to happen. But now they decided to take the belt off Grimes now and put it back on Melo. Or maybe Melo is the one that loses to Solo Sikoa. Solo's got a lot of crowd support behind him right now. So some would say strike the iron while it's hot. But yeah, Melo getting the title back, I was a little surprised. Grimes, though, I feel like the crowd was already not feeling Grimes, maybe due to Solo, and they just weren't feeling him as champion because you saw how they were kind of turn on him and stuff. But Melo getting the win, like I said, pretty surprised by that. Wasn't a bad match or anything. Like I said, Melo got the win, but I was kind of surprised with the title change here. Not mad all the way, just very surprised. But yeah, Grimes, I don't know, the crowd was starting to turn on him though. Next was Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu for the NXT Women's title. They had Wendy Chu in a dream somewhere of her, like, winning the title and all the other stuff. Honestly, I've been no fan of this feud. It looks like a damn Looney Tunes cartoon out there, damn near Nickelodeon. Both of these women, I'm just not really interested. I did not really care for this match going into it. Like I said, the Chu gimmick is just really bad. Crazy. She was like the Mei Ying gimmick from TN Shop, but this Nickelodeon, like, wear the onesie thing and carry a juicy cup around. That's been bad. And even Mandy, it's just like we already know Mandy Rose gimmick, so I'm hot and I'm better than you type of thing. Because even watching her in the ring, I give credit she's reinventing herself and stuff, but let's not act like she's some fucking ring general out there, okay? It's been some rough matches with Mandy Rose out there at the same time. And even I wonder how long they're gonna keep the belt on her. They already passed 200 days. The difference with not Mandy, but with Wendy Chu this time, she was not wearing a onesie. She was wearing a tracksuit out there wrestling. So I'm like, okay, that's a little bit better, um, I guess, because the onesie thing just looked really bad. So the tracksuit is okay. I know she ended up kind of taking off the tracksuit. She was wearing like a Toxic Attraction shirt with X's on it and stuff. Chu had got Mandy like a rear naked choke. Mandy got out of there and stuff, knocking Wendy Chu off the top rope when she went up for it. Rose ended up in with a running knee, so she got the win and retained the title. Like I said, I'm not. The match was okay. It's not like Mandy botched anything out there this time. I just think Wendy Chu deserves a better gimmick. It wasn't bad. I just didn't care going into this whole thing. I really didn't care going into this match at all. Just given how this whole feud has been, I didn't really care which either woman won here. I just knew it was gonna be Mandy. I knew Wendy Chu was not gonna win. Okay, they weren't gonna put it on the sleeping Looney Tunes girl out there. All right, so Mandy win. I'm not surprised. I'm just did not. I didn't come. I did not care going into this match. I really didn't care. But I thought the match was okay. I'll say that. But I did not care coming into this. I know they interviewed Tiffany Stratton and Roxy about their match coming up this Tuesday in the finals of the breakout tournament. um, Creed brothers, who they had a whole timeline video from them as kids, all the way going to WWE. Basically, man, you could kind of already tell they were gonna win. They come out in gold gear, yellow gold for the titles and stuff, and they got their parents out there watching this match also, um, and stuff. So it's you kind of tell who's gonna win and everything, given what kind of stops they put out there. But they went against Pretty Deadly, and I enjoyed this tag team match. This wasn't that bad. Like you could say, a lot of selling was involved in this, especially with Pretty Deadly focus on the Creed brothers' legs half the time, taking them out, weakening them and stuff. Creed brothers just coming back with that powerhouse style and everything, taking out the Pretty Deadly. Like I said, it was a really good match. Even their dad basically saying, shaking his head, yes, don't try to win dirty and everything, don't cheat, because they were about to, but they decided not to cheat. Um, one of the Creed brothers, I think it was Bruce, who did a damn shooting star press for almost the win, was pretty crazy. Some would say that's some Brock Lesnar shit up there. I'm sure people are gonna say it's the next Brock again, which they end up hitting their other fair share with like the basement lariat for the win. So yes, they did become the new tag team champions. No help from Roderick Strong or the rest of the other Diamond Mine members. They end up doing it on their own. So did I expect them to win this year? Hmm. I guess given the chase they've been going at this point, so maybe it was the time. I probably thought Roddy would have came out and somehow caused them to lose the tag titles, but no, that did not happen. But this was still a good match. But you didn't. I kind of feel like the Creed brothers were not going to lose here. They had to win the titles. Like I said, their parents are out there. You got the black and yellow on and stuff, the gold. So you kind of knew what the deal was going to be with them. win the tag title. So good win for them. For the Creed brothers. So yes, they are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. And in the main event, we did have Braun Breaker versus Joe Gacy. Once again, it's another one of these goofball feuds out there, to where it's kidnapping and super villain laughs with Gacy, Breaker, going through I don't know, like a wall or something. He was the first one to come out before the challenger. Gacy with his druids having a cape, which once again, this wasn't a bad match out there. Now, it was a lot of stuff getting involved with the whole DQ, because if Break get DQ'd, he would have to give up the title then, which, the little druids got involved, even, and stuff. Mm. The Druids getting involved. Some saying he's like a new Bray Wyatt, but even getting a chair, smacking on the ground, doing the whole Eddie Guerrero, lie, cheat, and steal thing, and like Breaker hit him with the title. It did not work. Ref was gonna call the bell, but the other referee stopped, saying he did not do this. Breaker tried to roll him up, but still did not work. He was doing everything he can to low blow, all that stuff. Breaker still get out of it. Then even end up knocking him on top of the announce table, breaking Gacy through, which looked pretty brutal and stuff. But yes, Gacy still tried to do his way to get him DQ. Breaker ended up coming out with a big bulldog, even getting a chair and stuff, but got rid of it. Gacy with a low blow, but Breaker still kicked out and everything and stuff. And then, he was going to hit Gacy with the chair, but Gacy's like, do it, do it, do it. But he ended up hitting a druid then. Uh, Breaker tried to get him with his finisher. It did not work. He did his little handstand thing, but Breaker speared him, hit his big military press slam, and still retained the championship. So the match wasn't bad. Like I said, I know there's a lot of stuff going on to get this whole DQ thing going, but it wasn't a bad match. I'm just sick of this feud. I think it's really been bad between both of these two, and I hope they move on, because the whole spooky element they tried to put up, and messing with Rick Steiner and everything they're Brian Scott, but trying to do that and the whole supervillain laugh on top of the roof did not work. Okay, so a lot of it just was not working at the same time. All right, but Breaker still didn't retain the title. Listen, this show was okay. I thought, listen, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say it's no NXT takeover. Shit, it's not even like the past other in your house shows. Don't even run a crowd with hype, but it's like how many people cared into this show going in general throughout the whole thing. I thought the show was okay. All right, okay. Hmm. But yeah, definitely just the show being okay, though. But yeah, like I said, it's not it's not takeover and everything, or any older NXT, okay? But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, it was an okay show. I don't really have much to say. It was an okay show. It happened. It was a couple things that did happen, title changes, maybe like one or two good matches. But that's all I really got to say about NXT in your house. Okay, it's not takeover in your house, but it was an okay show. So we'll see what happens Tuesday. But yeah, new North American and tag team champions. Breaker and Gacy was okay, just a little bit too much over stuff going on in that match. Women's tag titles was whatever. Mandy and Winnie Chu, I didn't have much care for, but it was an okay match. The 6 man was actually pretty crazy, but like I said, this whole story is just still silly at the same time. Okay, but that's all I really got to say about NXT in your house. I don't got much to say about it. I just want to get a quick thing in, given I didn't review it and I had to watch the show anyways today. But it was okay. Okay, it's not much I can write home much about on this. But yeah. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hood9890. I'm out. See you guys then. Peace.